Everybody, and welcome back to Fire Them Cannons. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you are subscribing. Guys, finally, football is back. We got some real Premier League football to talk about. And boy, did the Premier League not disappoint. What a great weekend to come. Almost a perfect weekend. If it wasn't really for a late Josko Gvardiol goal for Man City, would have literally been perfect.
That was a good goal, though. That was a hell of a finish.
It was a hell of a finish. And we're going to get into a lot of these headlines, a lot of these games. We're going to talk about, of course, Arsenal. It's the most one. Look, hey, I just will say, guys, I'm feeling very good. Like, this is going to be a really, really fun season, like enjoyable from start to finish. And I think given what we had to go through last year, I think our fan base deserves a little bit of that. What do you think, boys?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I mean, already good things all around the league. That G-Tech result was quite nice.
Okay, well, which one do we want to get into first, boys, to start out the show? By the way, make sure everybody's hitting the like button and subscribing. Okay, Cal, you request we talk about Liverpool, so we'll talk about Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously, earlier today, by the way, Newcastle came out. By the way, Newcastle stunned Liverpool. We were talking about these two boys predicted Newcastle were to get relegated this season. They come out like a house on fire. Not
anymore.
Against Liverpool. Yeah. Of course, Liverpool come back pool level twice. It looked as if, for all intents and purposes, like Newcastle were going to get out of this game with a huge 3 points over the Reds. But at the end of the day, late penalty decision, and Szoboszlai gave salvaged a draw for the former champions, no longer the champions, because Arsenal are the champions. Guys, so the big question is, I'm actually going to start with Liverpool on this one. So Liverpool snatching a late 2-2 draw at Newcastle thanks to Dominic Szoboszlai's 99th minute penalty in Andoni Iraola's first Premier League game. Some already voicing serious concerns about the midfield's vulnerability on the counter, the quiet performances of big money players like Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz, and whether the new regime looks ready for a title challenge. Is fretting about Liverpool's prospects or Iraola's start after a hard-fought away point an overreaction, or is it a fair reading of a side that has a clear issues to fix? Start with Cal.
I think this was probably... It just looks like old Liverpool. It just feels like it's back to type. It didn't look like they changed really, and to be honest with you, they're signing more wingers when they obviously need more midfielders and defenders. It's actually bizarre, the type of business that Elanga ran through their entire midfield and defense. The counterattack started in their half, and he just started running. And, just an
all
easy
three of
goal
their
for him.
midfielders had pushed all the way forward. Their deepest midfielder, Gravenberch, lost the ball in the other box. And the midfield, there was no one there. There was nobody. One pass. One pass
is all it takes. Pick up a song for that one.
Yeah. And, so I don't know why they didn't pick up someone like Konza, like how we did. I don't believe in Araujo. I don't believe in, their defenders. I think they have like Leone and Jacquet, Jeremy Jacquet, and they're both coming back from injury. Van Dijk is 35.
You could tell in that sprint when they were all chasing Elanga, Van Dijk is finished, man. As far as speed, okay, yeah, he's going to dominate in the air. He's going to be able to defend when the ball's in front of him, and he's able to, kind of be goal side. But when he's chasing, the ball and he's behind it, it's over, bro. He's never catching up. He looked 1,000 years old trying to catch Elanga, man.
Yeah, and it's the usual suspects. The $250 million combo in Isak and Wirtz. Like what are they doing? You know, like Wirtz is supposed to be the fulcrum of Liverpool, of everything Liverpool did. That's why they spent so much money on him. Saka was the fulcrum. I mean, Salah was the fulcrum.
And scored 2 goals. Scored 2 goals yesterday, by the way, for Trabzonspor.
Yeah.
Oh, who
had his hat trick taken away
They also have gotten what's it called? Fabinho as well joined Trabzonspor. They're becoming Liverpool.
Dude, Turkey just buying everybody. They're on something.
And Gakpo, the scapegoat, is scoring big goals for them. He looked dangerous. He actually looked dangerous, and I'm not sure if they should get rid of him. And they're going to get rid of him and try to get Barcola. And
if Isak and Wirtz are going to shit the bed like that, they better not get rid of him.
They're not controlling games.
At the same time, though, if they were to, as Cal was saying, if they were to acquire a Barcola and a Minte, I think that adds an extra element and more balance to that attack that probably would get the best out of Isak and Wirtz. Like,
attack isn't that problem.
Yeah, damn, it's just to hell with the defense. Damn the midfield. Whatever. Let's just put everybody up top. We're going to score 9 goals every game and concede 8. Yeah. That's the strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they
By the way, me and Jake nailed the prediction on this. How much did we nail? We both said 2-2. Yeah, we both.
Hey, I'm 7 for 9 or 6 for 9 right now in the tips.
Yeah,
and if it wasn't for
both teams to score, Villa against Brighton, that one went well.
Yeah, but
we'll get to that one. I don't want to spoil that one. We're actually going to talk about that later.
You're doing a segment on that one?
Yeah, of course. Because you're talking about your favorite coach, I
mean, I love to hate Unai Emery.
It's exactly why I'm going to do it. But maybe we'll do that one next. But now that I've already touched on it a little bit. Yep. But Jake, what are your thoughts? Like, I feel like after a year of breaking the transfer record twice on these guys, and I bullied them, let's be honest, on this channel, week after week after week, and then I gave up on them because I started to feel bad. Well, Isak got injured. But now we're a year ahead. They still don't seem like, I'm just going to say it, they fit. Like, is it time? Can we finally accept that Isak and Wirtz are flops?
No, definitely not. I would say that would be an overreaction. I think that it's a new manager, first game. I think they, once again, just because of that, that's the only reason they get any grace, is because it's a new manager, it's new, system, new kind. I mean, and even though it does seem like they're trying to revert to type back to the Klopp days, but I don't think this result in this game tells us much new about Liverpool. We knew that Isak and Wirtz are capable of doing absolutely F all in a game. We knew that. I think this game is a bigger surprise in the Newcastle performance. I think it tells us more about Newcastle.
Yeah, let's get into that.
The fact that they're going to be very, very fast in transition, and they're going to look to, 1-2 passes in the midfield and then get it forward. They're not going to try to possess and, break down teams with the likes of Miley and Stewart, a dude I'd never heard of before.
Well, they're going to get Nico Gonzalez.
He played well in that midfield. So I think Nico Gonzalez would be a great signing for Newcastle, especially with the way they're trying to play. And I immediately, after watching that game, was like, yeah, I got to revise my predictions. I don't see them going down.
Well, you guys do get one redo, right?
I don't see them going down after that performance.
So I'm not holding either of you guys to that after that first run, because after the window is open, you guys get a second.
Yeah, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it for sure, because the likes of Ipswich and Hull also impressed me very, very much so.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, look, we weren't going to really talk much about Ipswich, but
dude, what a performance. That game was superb. That was
what I say about Enciso. I said that was the type of. By the way, also another correct score from me. I said 2-1 Ipswich as well. So
that was that was a great game. That was a fantastic game. Both teams going for it, man. A lot of fun.
Dude, yeah. I by the way, Enciso for me is going to be. He's literally going to be an absolute star for them. I think he's one of these players who he found the right move. He was like, I remember last year he was bought half by Chelsea and half by Strasbourg in like a really weird deal, right? But him then being bought by Ipswich, by the same manager who coached him at Strasbourg, is probably the move that probably will end up making him like really noticed, and his stock will rise. I think by the end of this season, he'll be one of those players who, Cal, did you see him in that game against Sunderland? Enciso was absolutely
I saw the highlights, but
everywhere,
I just
bro. He was running it, dude.
I just knew that he was a good player once I saw him at the World Cup. I was just like, okay, this guy is making things happen. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he just kept.
He's like, give me the ball, I'm going to make things happen, which is something that is very rare in football these days. And I'm very, very surprised none of the big clubs are in for him to even have as a bench option. It's kind of weird.
It is weird.
He's going to be the main man all year.
Back on
he's going to cost like if he keeps this up, he's going to cost like 80 to 100 million in like a year.
100%.
100%. Yeah, back on Liverpool, just to close things off, and I do want to bring back Newcastle because Jake just was mentioning that he's ready to already revise that prediction of having Newcastle going down after this game. Are you already there? Are we wrong after one game, after this performance at home against Liverpool? Are we wrong about Newcastle? We're overreactionary to losing the manager, losing their three best players? What are we saying, Cal? Are we thinking different?
I'm not overreacting. I mean, I'm not changing my prediction just yet. I'm just not ready to, because a lot of teams, I mean, we're going to get into it, but Aston Villa lost 4-0. Do I think they're going to be bottom half of the table? No. So yeah, it's still the first game.
I don't know. That was a horror show.
That was really bad. Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
One thing I will say, and I think I want to just bring a little bit of balance to the Liverpool side of things just for a second before we move on. I actually, this is going to sound like very opposite. You're not going to even recognize me because this is the me who talks about Arsenal. But I do think that sometimes you have these sort of shaky performances in the first game of the season. Like if you remember taking a step back a year ago, we were very shaky against Manchester United in the first game. Now, granted, we had a lot of new pieces that were trying to fit together, but it was very underwhelming. And like the United were like, wow, we're taking a lot out of this game from how we played against Arsenal. And Arsenal like, oh shit, oh my God, we're not going to win the league, whatever, what a crap team. And I do feel like Liverpool have the pieces there. If they address, I think they need more defensive.
To do what?
To I wouldn't say win the league, because my opinion is.
Do you think they have the pieces to title challenge?
I think they have the pieces to. Well, I don't know how you define title challenge.
I define title challenge
because I don't.
3 games left.
I don't.
I don't
want to spoil my Arsenal.
3 games left in the season.
I'm going with there.
You can mathematically still win.
No, they won't be there. No.
That's a title challenge.
But I'm saying they'll finish in the top 4. They'll finish 2, 3. They'll rebound. They'll be all right.
Me saying Liverpool is going to finish 6th is a bit of a hot take. Like top 4 for Liverpool is pretty. It's pretty standard.
Yeah, I'm saying like my expectations of them have not changed. Like based off of that. No, by the way, we'll get to Arsenal. I literally on the tip of my tongue before we get to the Arsenal topic about on the topic of title challenging, because I'm just not going to say it, but I think you know what I want to say, and I'll wait until we get there. But yeah, I don't think Liverpool is challenging for the title. But I think
they could finish.
They could finish 2nd or 3rd and still not challenge. If you get what I'm saying.
If Liverpool finish 2nd or 3rd, something's very wrong with this league. Like we win the league by like 20 points. Like Liverpool.
I mean, did anyone impress you? Did any other team really impress you?
At least City showed when he actually brought on
the right personnel. When Gahey wasn't playing in the midfield.
When Maresca was being an asshole.
I got that conversation.
He wasn't playing
here, don't worry.
Gahey and freaking O'Reilly in the midfield, and he was playing Cherky and those guys in their prime positions. They looked a lot better. I do think that at least from a squad. I don't know if Maresca's the guy. I don't think he's the guy, but they have the squad. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. Can Arteta take this? Can Arteta title challenge with Liverpool squad? No.
Hey, Hyder. Welcome to the show, man.
Can Arteta title challenge with Man City squad? I'd say yes. But I don't believe in Maresca.
I don't know, man. Are we on? Are we moving to the Man City section?
Let's move on. We're moving. We were going to set. I promised that we were going to move to Brighton 4.
That's fine.
Aston Villa 0. Now I will say this because I am a humble man, and I will say it for all the trolls out there.
You're humble?
I know. Right.
Could have fooled me.
Whatever. I know. Sitting in my throne. I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
for real.
Yeah, no. By the way, I literally decided I'm going to sit on the throne for the rest of the season until someone knocks me off of it. It's just way too much fun.
That's very humble.
And to see their rivals just like seethe at the mouth, because I've noticed that beyond people's hate for Arsenal, they have more hate for me now. So,
You're the new scapegoat, huh? It's Anton derangement syndrome.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's become like that, but it has. Maybe because I can just be who I am. But
it's a new ADS.
Anyway, guys, so I will say, I did say that Arsenal were going to, before we get actually into the actual game, I did say Arsenal were going to go wire to wire. And yes, technically we're not top of the league by 1 goal, but I don't think that Brighton is challenging for the league. So yes, they are technically top of the league, but I think in the title race, we are still going wire to wire, and that has not changed.
I don't think talking about the points at this stage is
exactly.
Exactly.
I just wanted to address that because I know that I made that a very public statement and it blew up within 48 hours. Oh, technically, but not really.
But at the end of the day, that does not even matter at all.
Yeah, Brighton's challenging title. Speak bots. Within 31 minutes, this was the scoreline. And Aston Villa, by the way, Jake was saying that Brighton, because they played in the European game a few days,
bro. They went to Norway.
Oh, they were going to struggle at this
and
point.
We're impotent.
No way. By the way, actually, I'm going to quote you by saying, anyone who thinks that Brighton is going to come and beat Aston Villa 3 or 4-0, you said that in the article
getting clipped
now. Yeah, it's going to be sorely mistaken. That's what you said.
I was sorely mistaken. Dude, they put 21 shots on a team I'd never heard of and didn't score. And so, excuse me for thinking they might struggle in front of goal.
Emery's lost his head. He just figured out what the food chain's like in this league.
No, their defenders lost their head, bro. This was yes, Brighton were at it and played well, but Aston Villa. I've never seen so many gifts. It was a birthday party. It was my mom's birthday yesterday. It was a birthday party, bro. They just gave them.
Yo, Mosey, first game of the league, and you guys are reaching mad conclusions. Anything can happen. Relax.
It's Overreaction Monday. It's Overreaction Monday, Mo.
It's called Overreaction Mondays, guys.
We are literally doing this on purpose.
That's the whole point. The whole point
this is literally a show created, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. Yeah. That's exactly what this is about.
100%.
Overreaction, dude. It's overreaction. But
you're not gonna tell me, Anton, that you really expected Maxime de Kuiper to hit a double.
Oh no!
You were thinking Henselwood's about to be at the double for Brighton.
What did I make my? What did I say my prediction was for that? I forgot. What did I say?
I don't remember. Yeah.
No, I think I said Brighton would win though. I think it was like 2-1 or something, but I don't think it was 4-0. But yeah, Mosey goes fairs.
It's wild that Jorginho Rutter, the forward for Brighton, was like, He was like, okay. He wasn't amazing in this game, and he got subbed at 64, and they scored 4 goals.
He didn't. One was.
They took one from him. Whatever. Lame.
All right. Anyway, so the question is: after Villa's catastrophic 4-0 collapse at Brighton, 4 goals conceded in 31 minutes and an own goal, and a debut red card for João Gomez, some are already questioning Unai Emery's future or declaring the post-Europa League project in free fall amid the summer sales and Ollie Watkins potentially leaving to Saudi.
Watkins wasn't in the squad.
Is panicking
even the bench.
Yeah. Is panicking about Villa's season or Emery's position after just one disastrous opening day performance the ultimate overreaction or a fair reaction to a side that looked completely broken?
I think people need to understand what Unai Emery is at Aston Villa. Aston Villa outside. I think outside the big six, they spend the most money out of like they do $200 million summers and the like um, before, and you know Aston Villa has gotten Champions League. Did they get Champions League this year?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
they lost all their players. That's just crazy.
Unai Emery, achieved what he could with the squad that he had, which I think a better coach would probably do better in the league with him. But Unai Emery is a coach that, first of all, he's not someone who can handle pressure. We know that firsthand. Every time the eyes are on him, he fails. We saw it last season when I think Aston Villa went 9 or 10 games on, like they won like 9 or 10 games in a row. And people were saying that they did that under the radar. And as soon as, he had to play us, he got crushed and didn't shake Arteta's hand and walked out the stadium crying like a bitch. So that's who he is. I don't rate him. I think he won the Europa League, the weaker version of the Europa League. This isn't big boy Europa League in the day when Champions League teams used to get knocked into them.
Yeah,
like the quality. He won that with Sevilla, and
I'm talking about Aston Villa.
Yeah,
like this is like Unai Emery for me. He's not a guy that can handle he's not that flexible, and he can't handle being a coach of a big six club. He just can't do it. And today he threw a tantrum. I think. A lot of his players
always does that. Remember, he didn't shake Arteta's hand at the end of the game last year?
A lot of his players are going. He's unprepared. As I think Aston Villa are still trying to make signings and stuff because that's who they are. But I think his players obviously didn't know what they were doing and they got crushed. So for me, I think Aston Villa are probably going to finish like 10th. Honestly, I think it's going to fall off. Losing Konza, Tielemans, and Ollie Watkins and Rodgers is a lot.
And Martinez. I think that's another big thing that they, especially in the game yesterday. No offense to Mark Bizot, I think he's a decent shot stopper. But as far as playing Suzuki? Out from the back, and as far Suzuki? As still trying to get it over the line, bro. As far as
they're low-key having a Newcastle-esque disaster class, but for fans, we were predicting Newcastle to have a start like this, but it's Aston Villa.
I mean, love him or hate him, Martinez is a calming presence at the back for Villa, and he was not there. And the miscommunication and the overall childlike nature of their approach to trying to play out from the back was, at what point are you just like, look, we're getting shit on. Let me get the ball out. Let me just get it out. Because over and over, and what do we know about Brighton and Hertzler? What do we know about them? Both teams to score comes in nearly every game because Brighton love to press way high up the pitch, and they love to try and play out from the back to a fault. So you know what you're getting when you go to the Amex, and Villa could not pass out from the back at all, bro. When you're down 3-0, maybe stop trying to do stupid shit at the back. Just say.
Mosey,
Moses says, bro, his squad has been ripped apart. Yeah, Cal, you go. But I was going to say Newcastle.
Is the man zombie injured already? For real?
Newcastle also had their squad ripped apart, and they got a 2-2 draw against Liverpool. They got ripped by Brighton. I don't think I have excuses here.
Mosey, and also, I know you're saying you'd cry as well, but you don't get paid. You don't get paid millions of dollars to be a coach. I'm sorry. You have to be able to adapt. This is
Martinez also has literally your job. He's still there.
But he was not in the squad. He wasn't in the squad. Neither was Ollie Watkins.
He will be sold.
I'm not saying he was supposed to win today, but 4-0, come on.
And it wasn't like João Gomez's. It wasn't like João Gomez's red card. It wasn't like his red card was a he came in for a tough challenge and the guy just got there in front of him. It was a petulant kick out after he had lost the ball. It was a frustrated, we're down 4-0 and this guy just manhandled me again. So I'm going to kick him.
Did Bournemouth get ripped apart in the first game of last season?
Yeah.
No, he's talking about their squad.
The squad. And they lost mid-season. Mid-season, they lost some.
Well, they did just lose their first league game in 21 games.
Yeah. Pulled Junior Krupi out from on the bench, and he just became a star. That's what great coaching does.
Areola is a good manager. If Areola was still the manager of Bournemouth, they would not have lost to Manchester City. You could put a stamp.
Definitely not. They would not have dropped the intensity at all like that.
Yeah.
By the way, do you remember last year? By the way, Villa started out like how many games? 5 or 6 games where they didn't score.
Yeah, they had a horrendous start.
So at the end of the day, though, on the other half, that takes to the other point. But maybe it's time not to overreact yet. Leon Goretzka has been signed, guys. So the hero is coming.
Did we get the here we go for Leon Goretzka?
Yeah, Leon Goretzka. That was literally like
that's a good signing.
Right before that game, he was a good. To be honest, to be fair,
that's a good signing.
He's not going to save them, not 31. But Leon Goretzka has been playing at the top level his entire career, playing at Bayern.
But he's going to fill the Onana-sized hole in that squad.
I mean, look, you're gonna have Manzambi in the midfield there. There'll be João Gomez when he comes back from his suspension. He'll be in the midfield there.
Kamara was the one that was supposed to pick up the slack, and he was shit. Shit.
Yeah. Look, we'll see. Like, it was only Zabarny and Huijsen, is what Yomozi said. Yeah, but then they lost Semenyo in January. So yeah, it was. They also lost what's his face. They went to Liverpool. The fullback.
Kirkes.
Yeah.
He was shit too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he played well.
Which tells you how good Areola. Now Areola has him back, and he's still shit. But well, anyway.
Fair enough.
They targeted him the whole time, bro. Elanga was burning.
Let's move on to the other game. Other game was today. Man City beat Bournemouth 2-1. By the way, a side note of that, Erling Haaland cut his hair. That was weird.
So weird.
By the way,
like Samson.
You know what's crazy?
Hopefully he loses his powers. Just like
he missed a point blank header, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully that was all of his powers.
Long may it continue.
All of his powers. Yeah, I know. But he was even like, you see the video? He was like messaging Pep, and Pep sitting there without his shirt on in his bed, like, "Hey, dude."
Hey, I actually like Erling Haaland. Like I'm a fan.
I actually didn't really like him at all. And since the World Cup, the way
I'm a fan.
I like this.
I like his rivalry.
Haaland, all the TikToks go around everywhere. The girl who's like walking like this.
I mean, when he's in Sky Blue, fuck him. But I'm a fan of him overall. Yeah.
I think as a dude, I think he's cool. I hate Shirky though. I think he's a piece of shit.
Shirky, I'm not a fan of. But why didn't Shirky start? Like that's the craziest thing. Like what the hell is that midfield?
Foden. Oh yeah, no, because
Phil Foden. Phil Foden was dog shit. He's been bad both games so far.
It's been
Nico
a while.
O'Reilly as a 10.
That was nuts. Like that was the craziest thing.
Great comment by I
of course we love it when we
Haaland,
dunk on
but
him.
I also love it when we dunk on him.
Look, Mark Gahey played well. He actually played well.
Marisak was lucky. I could tell you're still harboring some old feelings there, Mosey.
He played well.
Bournemouth going ahead and parking the bus was a bit crazy.
He's right, and it pissed me off something awful. Look, every time I put money on Evan Nielsen to score, he plays like dog doo. I don't understand. I don't understand it. An Evan Nielsen goal would have hit 3 bets for me yesterday. I'm so pissed that he stopped running around. And guess what? As soon as the random that I've never heard of replaced him in the team, Bournemouth improved a little bit because they were pressing higher. After they got scored on that first goal for like 4 minutes, they were like, oh, let's decide to play again. Why the hell our team... Did no one learn from watching us in the Champions League final? Did nobody learn from watching us go up a goal and then try to sit back? What are y'all doing, man? You have to keep the energy up. If Bournemouth would have kept the energy up, they would have won this game 3-0.
I've never seen a more perfect title for a show. By the way, up to the ugly truth. You guys are spot on. Do you overreaction for every single day after a match? Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point. Great. By the way, you get it.
Like if anyone's jumping on YouTube and putting a mic to their mouth after weekday 1, they're making massive conclusions. No one's because there's no.
It's the only thing we have to base off of what we've seen.
Yeah,
and trust me, we haven't even gotten to like certain teams yet who really failed. Like we haven't even touched the surface, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, look, here's the big Manchester City question that I got for the Overreaction Monday. Despite Man City's dramatic late 2-1 comeback over Bournemouth in Enzo Maresca's first Premier League game, needing 2 goals in the final 7 minutes after a largely laboured performance, Some are already raising concerns about the post-Guardiola transition, the midfield experiment with Mark Gahey, and whether his side looks ready to challenge for the title. Is fretting about City's title credential or Maresca's start after a hard-fought home win an overreaction or a fair reading of a team that still looks like work in progress?
This is, for me, this is business as usual because we all knew, like, Man City is, like, they're not the big bad Man City. We know this. Like Pep's gone, Rodri's gone, like, it was always going to be a little bit of a transition. So for me, it's not really, they don't look like big surprise. Maresca didn't get everything working and rolling day one. So he's going to experiment. He's going to tinker. He's going to lose. He wasn't punished. But to be fair, Bournemouth didn't really do enough to win the game for me. To be honest, I don't think they did enough to draw the game. I think they put their foot off the gas and they kind of deserved to lose in the end.
Arrogance. How do you do that at the Etihad? I know that Pep's gone, but seriously, it's still Man City. You're still gonna go there, score a goal, and expect to just chill for the rest of the game.
A little bit like City were really, after what we did to them last week and the way they started this game, City were really down and out. I feel like Bournemouth didn't punish them enough, where they like hit them where it hurt enough when they had the chance.
And they kind of breathed
a little bit life back in them. Let's be honest.
Bournemouth should have lost. They should have lost this game 4-1. To be honest with you, they absolutely should, because Bournemouth's defending on crosses and set. Yeah. Dude, we're gonna dunk 4 corner kicks on this Bournemouth.
He missed before.
How the hell do you give up not one, not two, but 3 gilt-edged, golden, nobody's marking me chances in the 6? 3 times. They let Gahey in twice, scot-free, and Holland in once, scot-free, to get a header in the 6-yard box. Bro, we are going to
that one that Holland missed. I do not know how he missed that, by the way.
We're dunking 4 corners in on these guys, bro.
You know the one that he came in, he side foot and he like slightly it went like.
He lost his mojo, dude. He cut his hair off.
What happened to you, bro?
Like Samson. He cut his hair off, and just like Samson in the Bible, he's lost his mojo, dude. What in the hell?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. But Moses got an explanation, right? Maresca is not good at maximizing chances for his striker. Holland will really struggle. So I
don't know. I actually disagree with that. I actually disagree with that because
like 2 goals.
Like you can tell the instruction to the winger is get to the byline and hit a cross. Semenyo just spam across. Like, that's what they're trying to do, is trying to find Holland. I actually disagree with that. I think they're going to just be spamming crosses this season.
I think Manchester City also have a quality problem. I think Phil Foden is dog shit. I think he's been terrible for like 2 years now, and he's not getting any better. I think he was one of the worst players on the pitch for them. I think
we're on season 3 of him not being good, by the way.
Dude, Anderson.
That's going to be my overreaction for this game. Elliot Anderson might be the most overhyped player this season to get signed this season, because
he got subbed off and they looked better.
Justin Kluivert burned his ass, bro. That's going to be the biggest issue with him. He's slow. Bro, he's a good passer. He's a good passer. He's got vision. He's decent in the tackle. He's slow.
To be honest, I blame the transfer window hype on ruining so many of these players. Like,
but Jack Colback region.
Like, to be honest, I felt like
elite at anything. What is he elite at? He's not elite at anything.
Oh man,
that's what I'm saying. I was sitting on shows with like Terry, and Terry's like, "Oh, here's the next Declan Rice," you know, like between him and Mateus Fernandez, and we'll get to that fraud as well in a second. Like, people kept talking like these like world-class midfielders. Oh my god! And it's like, I'm like, come on, now the football is finally back, and everyone is who they really are, and I'm actually happy because
they tried to come for me.
Conversations are getting nuts.
They tried to come for me in the Terrace chat when I said Rice is miles better than Elliot Anderson. During the World Cup, after in one of those England reactions, I pissed off somebody, I can't remember who it was, so hard. He went on the terrace and immediately brought up the conversation I was having with him in the chat, talking about Elliot Anderson is so much better, is just as good as Rice, is so close. No, he's not, man. He's not. He's just the hype. He's so overhyped, dude. And he's gonna get
Declan Rice on Friday. That was him at like 60%.
Yeah, that's not it.
The lack of pace for Anderson.
He was still better than Elliot
now.
Anderson.
Yeah.
He was been there
like some of the passes that Declan Rice we'll get to it, but some of the passes Declan Rice was doing in the game as well was kind of under the radar.
I know, exactly. Well, we'll move on, but before we do, I just want to ask a couple questions. Number one, Buati has now been officially here we go. Do you think that he will make a difference to Man City's midfield next week or no?
I think he will make a difference, but I just don't think it's going to be a difference that makes me give a shit.
He's 18,
In other words, me giving a shit about Man City means that they're, challenging for the title. And I just don't think he's going to be that difference. Yeah, he does.
Oh, my God. Some of the things people say about Declan Rice is actually ridiculous. By the way, I would call that is football unintelligence. And people just not looking at... People think that football is just, how do I look like? Am I a fancy dribbler? Do I play eye of the needle passes?
Elliot Anderson isn't a fancy dribbler.
No, I know. But I'm talking about the general disrespect for Declan Rice, not about Elliot Anderson. Rice needs to play on the right side of midfield. I actually agree with it. Although he's excellent on the left side as well. He can play anywhere. He can play.
He doesn't need
to be honest. He can play at center back. Yeah. Anyway,
he doesn't. Brilliant. He doesn't need to.
Last question on Man City before we move on, obviously, to some of my favorite games before we, of course, talk about the team. Do we think that Man City is most likely still, after this weekend? This is my thoughts. Probably the most... We'll have to wait to see Chelsea, obviously. But probably the most likely challenger to Arsenal this year, if there is one.
For me, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
Of all what we've seen so far, the rest of them were just... And by the way, great segue. Because the other team that was meant to, be so much... By the way, I just want to really, really gas this one up. They were going to be so much better. What was Staffy saying? He's just been planting the seeds, about Man City being the challengers for the title, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, United! They're gonna be amazing this season." Newly promoted Hull, who have not been in the Premier League since 2014, so I believe it is. It's
when
been
we beat
12
them
years. Been 12 years. That's right, because they were already down. It's been 12 years since Hull have been in the Premier League. Their first game back, and they slap Man United 2-0. They were up within 15 minutes.
I didn't see.
They were up within 15 minutes.
I didn't either.
Hull, by the way, who we were all saying, they're I think we were all picked them as 20th.
Dead last, yeah. I had them dead last.
I just read a hater's comment saying that Staffy was saying they can't see anyone finishing above them for second.
Look, I like Staffy, big up Staffy, but I disagree with him on nearly everything he says.
United
nearly everything he says I disagree with.
It's pretty funny. They needed this. This couldn't have. If I had to choose any team for this to happen to, even more than City, it would be them, because the things that we have to listen to all summer long when football isn't being played about what Manchester United is going to do for the season. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sick. I'm tired of Manchester United fans. The last thing we need is Manchester United being good. And it's a good thing that they're not going to be good, and they're not good.
Bullied, bro. Bullied. Yeah, dude. Mossy's right. That last comment from Mosey is 100% right. Any side that decides to be a little bit physical, and Baleba's not going to help him. Baleba's kind of small, and that's when they were talking about they need a DM, and they signed Santos, and was like, everyone's like, oh, Santos will be able to do it. He's not big enough, man. He's small. He needs to hit the gym. They need to be in the gym right now. Bench press, baby. You need to do some upper body work because y'all got bullied, and it was beautiful.
Absolutely bullied. It was like beautiful. They were. Who was the one who said it? Was it? It was Cam. He was literally like as if like they were into the bar, like and they just closed the door, and they were like,
yeah, pulled out some brass knuckles. Yeah. Oh man, they didn't win a single second ball. Like McBurney, they could not handle McBurney. Aiden Heaven, look, big up Heaven. He Arsenal guy. He played for us for a little bit.
To Ajayi as well, former Arsenal guy.
But dude,
why am I making up guys who don't play for Arsenal?
McBurney absolutely bossed him. Dude, they were targeted him. They should have. Michael Carrick, minute 5 of this game, should have switched Maguire and Heaven. Maguire should have followed McBurney around because he was targeting Heaven, and it was just knockdown, Hull wins second ball. Knockdown, Hull wins the second ball. Knockdown, Hull wins the second ball. All game.
Why is Santos playing above Mainu when Mainu was the one that saved their season last season? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, Mainu isn't like a big bruiser either.
Into Chelsea's team, and Chelsea finished 10th.
That's what look.
They need a destroyer, and they don't have it.
I was actually going to pick up something I said on the football terrace and put it in the Arsenal part, but I think I'm going to bring it now. Miles Lewis-Skelly is miles ahead better than Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo is an idea. Kobbie Mainoo, I've never this fucking world class Mainoo that Terry keeps talking about all the time. I've never fucking seen it. But meanwhile, Miles Lewis-Skelly is man of matches in semi-finals of Champions Leagues, in Community Shields against Manchester City. In the Champions League final, he was Arsenal's best player. And I'm hearing about fucking Kobbie Mainoo is better than him. No way. Fuck off. This is why your fans wanted Miles Lewis-Skelly, because they knew that they needed an upgrade on that player. Are we with me, boys?
Yeah, Miles Lewis-Skelly is
They need something in that midfield, that's for sure. Proven. Yeah, MLS is the man. That's for sure. He's him.
I do think Mainoo is a decent player, but honestly, I think Carrick just got it all wrong. I think the fact I don't understand what he's doing in training for him to believe that Santos and Tielemans.
Did you hear that they're not doing any fitness training? They're not running in training.
How does a Premier League team not do fitness training?
Tielemans did an interview. Yuri Tielemans did an interview last week and said, "Yeah, we're not doing any strength and conditioning."
Are you serious?
We're not doing any strength and conditioning. Yeah,
is that AI?
It might have been AI, but it certainly looked true. It looked true after that performance.
Dude, that's like this is the thing, right? Like, you can't take these guys and just make them managers of these football clubs. Like, first of all, people really don't understand. People always try to use Arsenal and Arteta as an example. Like, oh, if Arteta could do it, blah blah blah. You could give another manager a chance. The thing is, Mikel Arteta is a genius, and he's also a psychopath. He's not normal. The dude looked 45 when he was like 29 years old playing for us. Like he's not a normal guy. He's a psychopath. He had the balls to literally kick out like Aubameyang and these guys out the team when he joined us. Like that's a sort of personality that you really need to get your team out the mud. And if Carrick isn't doing strength and conditioning training with his teammates, with his boys, I don't think he has what it takes. I think it was very easy. This is my overreaction, and this is what I said. I was going for it last season as well. This is what I was saying. I think it's very easy to come in after Amorim, who won 30% of all his games at Manchester United, and then you ride a wave of positivity. Yeah, it's terrible. You ride a wave of positivity until the end of the season. Now that you have to put on your pants and actually coach a team with players that you want actually do a transfer window, that's not easy. I mean, Slot fell, Ten Hag fell. A lot of these guys fall when it's time for them to actually be a coach at the start of a season. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's a guy. I don't think he's a guy, and I don't think his squad's good enough.
It's not. They have not done the work. When you're playing, guys, it's 2026. Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire started that game. Guys, it's 2020. They're ancient. Luke Shaw was still there when Alex Ferguson was there.
For Hull the last time they were in the Premier League.
Dude, I'm going to tell you this. Harry Maguire and Aiden Heaven as your centre-back pairing.
Woof.
Trying to title challenge in inverted commas is insane.
I mean, Aiden Heaven's not even better than Marley Salmon. All of our Arsenal fans know that.
Yeah,
that's the funniest thing.
That's why he left.
That's why we kept him.
That's why he left. That's why he couldn't get in.
Like, it's okay, you can go on. Bye bye.
But the blueprint.
They have a lot of issues.
The blueprint's there. The blueprint's there to beat United.
Who is not that guy? He's not
spam
that guy.
crosses. Just spam crosses. They don't mark up on the corner kicks.
Oh, dude,
They are
physically
marking Mazraoui. Harry Maguire had a hold of Mbeumo or whoever it was. I think Harry Maguire had a bear hug on Mazraoui. He was looking the other way. He must have thought he had a defender. It was literally.
I don't blame you. Mazraoui and Mbeumo look exactly the same. They have the same haircut. I can't tell the difference between Mazraoui and Mbeumo.
Well, he must have thought he was marking a defender because he held Mazraoui while the whole guy did a tap in. Nobody was there.
No, favorite part. This is pure banter, right?
It's so great.
After back-to-back transfer windows, we had Man United fans on their hands and knees. Please, someone take Rashford. They throw him on at halftime. Rashford, we need a savior. Come and save us.
I can't
and
believe
everybody,
Rashford's
all of the United fans on Twitter are like, it's okay. Marcus Rashford is coming on. The same one you've been trying to get rid of for the last 2 fucking years. God damn it.
They gave him the number 9 as well. Like, he's there to stay. He's there to stay.
All the positivity from the summer window.
I love it. And by the way, Juju, I see this message. You're next. You're lucky you're not on this show. Because I reckon you predicted you dropping points tomorrow to Fulham. And even if you don't, I'm sorry, you're not challenging for the league. You were 10th last year.
Can you please, you finished 10th.
Hey, come on, guys. Come on, guys. It is overreaction Monday. Juju's just overreacting to this.
He just hasn't gotten to. For him, it's Tuesday. That's the problem for us. This is the team I want to have like a Man United, Tottenham type of results the most. This is the team. This is the club that needs the most humbling. But don't worry,
United
guys.
needed more humbling than.
Don't worry, guys.
We'll humble him week 3. Don't worry.
8 hours to go, and then before they go to Craven Cottage.
Don't worry, week 3. They're coming to the carpet on week 3, and they're gonna get smoked. Don't worry.
By the way, after the transfer window is closed, so we would have whoever we acquired, we would have had by then, if there is anyone, So we shall see. But Juju did saying Arsenal will go unchallenged is disrespectful to my Chelsea. It's a 2-club race this season, and ours starts today against Fulham.
I think you're beating Fulham. Though.
Good luck.
Yeah, okay.
I think you might beat Fulham.
That's not to. This is what's going to happen if they do beat Fulham. Guys, Chelsea, I told you guys, we're challenging. I mean, look, we beat Coventry, fairs, but we've also just won the Premier League, and it's not just. We'll get into that.
I don't understand. Just sidebar. I just don't understand how teams think that they can just. I think the honest slot
be shit for the entirety of last season.
It's kind of
the summer goes away. They have 3 months off. Oh, we're challenging for the league.
I think
we'll get into the other one that finished even worse than Chelsea, who started picking up the phone lines and claiming that type of stuff, and we'll get into them soon because I cannot wait.
No, let's just transition to them right now.
Do you want to transition? Yeah. Do you want to transition
right now? Ready? Because it's the same old story. It's the same old song and dance. Let's spend all kinds of money. What happened after Gareth Bale left? They spent all kinds of money. They brought in all these new people, and they were shit. Spent all kinds of money this summer. All kinds of overpaying for everybody. And now the savior Savinho is here. He's here, people. Marmouche. We brought in Marmouche. We've overpaid 6 different times this season. We're definitely going to challenge. We're going to be up there. We're going to be in... Nah, bro.
De Zerbi's the best manager behind Arteta. I heard that. I heard it. By the way, that should make Chelsea fans upset as well. De
Zerbi isn't better than Xabi Alonso.
I don't normally do I told you so's, but make sure y'all are watching Upset Alert because I called this one. Brentford definitely going to win this game.
To be honest, I just gotta say, right? At the end of last season, I said when the tiers start next year, I'm putting Spurs towards the relegation zone because I'm not getting fooled. And I got talked into everybody. Oh no, they'll be back. They'll be better. They got Zerbi.
I think they finished
all these play. They got Tonali, and I'm like, 6. Yeah. Well, luckily I have my revision. 17th, guys. They've been there 2 years in a row. This is my overreaction. No, but it's my overreaction Monday, right? 17th again. Ole. 17th. No, 17th. Seriously,
I think
look at the way Brentford. By the way, its scoreline should have been 4-0. And it wasn't even like Kinski made a save. Literally, he should just hit the post, right?
That's the biggest thing I think Spurs fans are missing right now.
Thiago just hit the post. Like,
that's the biggest thing that Spurs fans, I think, are overreacting about is like, yes, they've had a great window, you know, and you've bought a bunch of new players, you've got a new manager, everything's looking rosy. Why? Who's in net? Is that the same dude from the Atletico game?
It's
the same guy from the Atletico Madrid game. And you guys think that you're not going to concede goals? The first 2 goals, Kinski makes a block and drops the ball right at a Brentford player's feet. Like, your keeper is horrendous. It's a horror show. Yeah, and you've brought in Dubravka? Like, Dubravka is supposed to be the guy that saves it for the... Nah, man, he couldn't hack it at Newcastle. Look, dude, the goalkeeping situation at Spurs is still absolute hot dog water.
Are they targeting anybody? I actually think that Emi Martinez would be perfect for Spurs in terms of what.
Yes, he would. He's got the right mentality to play for Spurs.
To be honest, I was saying the other day, like, the Arsenal fans hate him already. Like, just might as well just do it and just do it.
Full villain, just full on villain.
But God, by the way, where's Ruki? I haven't seen Ruki for a while.
I haven't seen Ruki this season.
No, but his boy absolutely ran the show for Brentford. He came on here saying Sangare, and we were like, "What's Sangare from Forest?" Right?
Yeah,
man,
he's gonna be another one of those ones that leave for like 80 to 100.
Yeah,
if he plays like this,
it's fantastic.
Yep.
How do we just miss out on these guys when they just go to Brentford?
I think it's just we're not willing to take the risks on them, and we definitely don't need them.
Yeah, we don't need them.
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking about any. Look at the midfield of all the. You don't think a Man United could have gotten a Sangare and been better than what they were?
Why would they need Sangare? They have Menu.
I'm done.
But that's
what I feel about Manu.
That's how they think. That's how United fans think. They got Manu. They're good.
I think Manu would be actually a lot better.
Yeah, they have to play Ipswich next week. Man United have to play Ipswich next week if they lose to another.
That's not going to be an easy game.
Is that old toilet, bro?
Ipswich are going to give them
old toilet, though, right?
Oh my god! It might be at Flood Trafford. Yeah.
Look, I've got time to think about that one. But you'd have to think that was the wake up call. Man United would be better at home, you know. But
I think they'd be better, but it's not going to be an easy game.
Enciso about to have a field day versus Santos, and
I mean, look, they will have Belieber probably in that game. So
I think Manchester United's next game. I know we're talking about United next, but I think if they lose again, then it's not like you got punched in the mouth and you were unprepared. This is now your coaching is dog shit.
Yeah, but I just want to point this out, right?
So it's at Flood Trafford. Yeah, it's at.
You bought 2 defenders from Brighton and Bournemouth.
Disasi to Chelsea here, by the way.
And Disasi to Chelsea.
I thought he was already at Chelsea.
To Crystal Palace.
That was like 3 days ago.
Sure.
Then why you reposted it?
I don't know. Maybe because he's about to sign. Maybe he's about to actually sign officially. I don't know. But they went in. They got Senesi and they got Van Heck at Brighton. And at Bournemouth.
Were awful.
They weren't like they were brilliant world-class center backs. By the way, they lost the captain, right? Oh, our defense is fixed. By the way, you lost Jed Spence as well.
Well, Captain Romero's not a loss. That's not really a loss.
I mean, to be honest though, like,
bro, if you want to talk about attitudes and toxic, and toxic environments, bro, Romero should be playing. Romero should be left a bench.
He is Atletico, actually.
Dude,
he should definitely not. He should have left.
No, but Mateus Fernandez, that's the one I really want to rip at, right? I was saying to everybody.
Did he get relegated back to back?
Yes. I was saying everybody, guys. Why are we talking about Mateus Fernandez like he's the second coming of fucking like Kaká? Like
it's because West Ham were so shit last season that it was really easy to look good in that West Ham team because you just had to be a little bit better than absolute dog shit. That's like your standard was hot dog water, and so to look half decent versus hot dog water is not that bad.
£5 million.
The thing is, when a
the same price for Savino.
When you put him next to
gets relegated, I feel a little bit different because midfield you're supposed to be helping to control the game. I don't think you could be like a world-class midfielder getting relegated because for a lot of these lower teams, one huge world-class level player or world-class potential level player will save you, will stop you from being relegated. That happens a lot in football. Sometimes you just need one or two. Like if you have a couple of decent guys and one like really good guy, that's enough to stay up in the Prem. And the fact that he got relegated twice tells me that he was never going to be. He's never that guy. You know,
he benefited from being next to Paquetá, who was absolutely horrendous
for half a year.
Horrendous.
I think he got better when Paquetá left. To be fair,
everybody got better when Paquetá left. Paquetá is I don't understand why he was in the Brazil team. He is absolute shit. He's so bad.
I know, absolutely. Yeah, but Cal, what are your thoughts about Spurs? Like, you also had them. Where did you put them in your predictor? You had them high-ish. You said 8.
I said 9.
I think they finished 8th or 9th. I think they finished top half, but I don't.
That'll be a great season for them.
Can I ask, guys, like, what looks different in this game than in all of the games? They still look lifeless. Where's the life? I just don't see it.
They will play better. I have a feeling they would just like they get Mamouche, and I actually rate Mamouche. I think as long as they don't have Richarlison up front, I think that'll be better. I think
he might.
Savio, I don't really rate him.
He's like the 4th best striker now at their team. They have so many.
It's still enough to get you top half. They have enough to comfortably get top half.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Look. The thing is, they look.
If they finish below some of these teams, it would be an absolute disaster class. You can't tell me that Spurs don't have a better team than Brentford and Fulham and all these.
Definitely not anywhere near on the level.
Yes,
of Brentford.
I can, Cal. What are you talking about?
From a player-to-player basis, like player-to-player.
How many times did Brentford have to kick
what are you talking about?
Spurs' ass before we start to say Brentford's better than Spurs?
Tell me in that Spurs team, who's better than Matthias Jensen? Who's better than Mikkel Damsgaard?
I mean, Tonali.
Yeah, that's the one. Damsgaard's better than Matheus Fernandes.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
So one
that's
guy.
What I'm saying.
Finally,
suddenly we're talking about real comparisons
came up
here.
With one guy. One guy.
No, but we're actually having real comparisons here for Matheus Fernandes. And he's not
one
even
guy,
better
bro.
than Damsgaard.
Brentford is definitely better than Spurs by leaps and bounds.
Not player to player, dude. Come on.
Okay, I'll wait. Who else? Who else in the Spurs team is better than Mikkel Damsgaard?
Okay.
Because it's a really good one.
No, just from a midfield standpoint.
Actually, really agree. Jake's making a great point. I can't disagree with him.
From a double, like if they're playing Tonali,
I'm not even going to try.
Tonali and Matheus Fernandes in a double pivot. That's a comfortably a top 4 double.
I would prefer Matheus Jensen and Mikkel Damsgaard over them
since
too.
When did Matheus Fernandes become better than Pop Mate Sarr, by the way?
Is he?
I mean, I could name you 20 midfielders in the league that are better than Matheus Fernandes.
Seriously.
Matheus Fernandes is he's decent. He's not like he wasn't worth what they paid for him. Obviously,
he's below average.
I think he's slightly above average. I think Tonali is above average, and when you have I'm sorry, in the Prem, average is 10.
No, Tonali is good. Look, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, so I think Tonali.
He's just a bunch of shit around him, and what else is he supposed to fucking do?
Tonali and Matheus as a double pivot with a Madison up front. I think that is a decent.
Don't get me started, bro.
Look,
James Madison is the most overrated player there's ever flipping been, dude. This guy was dog shit at Leicester in a team that got relegated, and somehow Spurs did a Spurs and bought James Madison, who was dog shit for them, and then got a 1.5 year injury. Don't tell me about James Madison.
Two out of Spurs.
Don't tell me about James Madison.
The thing
two out of Spurs' 3 midfield starters have been relegated.
All of them.
And now we're surprised why Spurs are fighting relegation year after year.
Spurs overrate their players, so you kind of like, because if you listen to a Spurs player, especially when Madison just joined,
remember having Odegaard conversations with Madison?
Yes, we were having Odegaard Madison conversations, like legitimately, and that was stupid. And because of that, he gets exposed for who he really is.
Remember we're having Basuma Rice conversations? That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
That was disgusting. That was terrible. All
right, Basuma is a free agent. He doesn't even have a club. Nobody even wants him.
Let's get to the main course. Let's overreact.
Let's get because we're at the hour.
But wait, Anton, where do you have Spurs? Do you really have them finishing 17th again? Like
15th to 20th, somewhere in there. Yeah. Bottom quarter.
Relegation fight, baby. It's normal settings. That's normal settings.
Guys, I think why relegation fight. At me when I'm literally just giving a prediction based off of like that's been where they have been over the last 2 years.
It is overreaction Monday, Cal.
Still laugh at me.
It's overreaction Monday, baby.
They finished 17th. And it's like, oh, you think it's ridiculous that they'll finish 17th? That's what they've done 2 years in a row. That's what they are. That's what I'm saying. One more time before we finish, right?
I think they finish 8th.
KJ. Every time I'm going to stick to you and I will play this for you. How many fucking times we have to have this conversation? Spurs, they're a top 6 team. Eventually they'll get up there. They're not. They're tier 3. They're tier 2. No, they are 17th. They are what they are. Just because they was Tottenham Hotspur. By the way, it's not even a great name to begin with. They're generally a name that's associated with failure anyway. But does not mean that they are like a divine right to be top 8, top 6, top 4. No.
This is the history of the Tottenham. This is the history of the Tottenham.
That's one of the most legendary quotes. Dude,
I love it.
That's like top tier stuff. But
wait, you got Jake Scott. Jake, I missed some of the comments. We'll get back to you guys. JT with salute. Oh, is that Arteta?
Is that Arteta? What is that profile thing?
It's when he went to Salt Bay.
Yeah.
Dude, some of these, dude, we have to live through a lot of shit, dude. We didn't even win the league yet, and we have to listen to rival fans giving us shit for this, bro.
Oh god.
Okay, here we go. They have more European. This is a very talk. I knew Nosy, you are literally a Chelsea fan. Like,
look, Mosey, we don't care about mediocrity. You have to be mediocre to win the trophy they won. We don't do shit like that. So.
Like Mosey, let's be honest. Like, you guys won the Europa League before, and big ups to you. But at least you won it. Yeah, at least you won that competition when Champions League teams would legitimately drop it down and get, like, there'd be some jeopardy in there. The pass in the Europa League final these days is so poor, especially with like more and more teams especially with the champion. So the Champions League expanded, so more teams are in the Champions League, and which reduced the pool for the Europa League, and the Champions League teams don't even drop into that competition anymore. It's terrible.
Oh wait, just for context, Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa was the semi-final last year.
Forest.
Woof.
Come on. Like, 15th. Let's be honest.
15th, bro. The 15th place Premier League team played in the semi of that.
And the year before that, all this year, the 15th place team also played in the final against the 17th place team.
That was Manchester United versus Spurs, which was like 15th
16th and 16th. Versus 17th. Yeah, come on.
Oh no, it was 16th versus 17th at the time.
The mid-off for a final. Come on, people.
Not even mid. It's not below average off. That was what that was.
And also, I'm not
the mud bowl. Well. The mud bowl for a freaking final. That's ridiculous.
JT goes. Spurs fans had Madison Odegaard conversations at us, not with us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was annoying.
By the way, it's still Basuma Rice. At the time, people were still like, and there were still some people, footy judge Mo, who were actually giving credence to that conversation.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Terrible conversation.
I like Mo. I enjoy his content. I disagree with nearly everything he says.
But I think he's apologized for that take like 50 times from now. Also,
has he apologized?
Yeah, he has. I hear you, but don't get how you guys turn your nose up at trophies. We're the Premier League champions.
Didn't I just explain to you the difference between the Europa League that you won and the Europa League that Aston Villa won? It's different now. The competition's different.
Boom. JT explains my feelings exactly.
I literally said mostly big ups to Chelsea. They won the Europa League when it was harder to win, and then I dissed what Spurs won. It's a different competition now.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the champions. And boy, oh boy, guys, I've got so many different things to talk about this game. And yes, we will get into the stuff that you guys love to hear me talk about, because I do have some thoughts on 0 minutes for my boy. And we will get there. I know everyone wants to talk about that. We will get there.
You want to talk about that?
No, at the end. Because when I do overreaction, it's also based off of like things people are saying, and we want to see if it's an overreaction or a reaction, right?
Okay. Fair enough.
But let's talk about the positives, please, guys. Arsenal 3, Coventry 0. Oh my God. Are all our players on form at the exact same time to start the season? It is actually brilliant. By the way, guys, we have not scored 1 goal from a set piece. We have not scored 1 goal from an own goal.
It's pissing me off, man. It's getting under my skin.
We are playing free-flowing, beautiful football through the midfield, down the wings, right through the middle, by the way. Odegaard, by the way, 3 games in a row, sorry. He's back.
Odie, what was that shot, though? Brother? Like, it went in, but it was so bad that he's wrong-footed the keeper.
What did Key Thomas say? The guy could literally fart on the ball, I think he said.
The shot was so bad that he's wrong-footed the keeper.
But guys, that's not even the headline. Chris Dos Zolis. We were talking about him after the Charity Shield, Community Shield.
Yep.
And in this brother, man, I know, by the way, he gets an assist for fantasy, but not for whatever, the Saka one, right?
That's lame, man. That's lame. How you going to take an assist from my guy? But he was on a streak of every game.
Dude is doing everything that I want an Arsenal left winger to do.
He is.
Dude is literally taking on his fullback. Dude is decisive. He's spamming crosses. He's getting by the way, he puts balls on a plate for people to score. Like he literally is so selfless. He gets himself into the right areas. He's not Martinelliing it. Isn't like he keeps his head up. He knows exactly. He's got great awareness, dude. And by the way, he shoots.
He shoots. That was good. What I was gonna say, yeah.
And he's absolutely causing absolute havoc for his fullbacks. He balances out our team so well. Saka, on the other hand, by the way, looks amazing. Jamie Carragher said before the game that Arsenal don't have a world-class attacker. May I remind you about number 7.
You can't let Jamie Carragher get under your skin, man. I
need Saka to get. He's an absolute Saka to get like 25 to 30 G.
But guys, like honestly,
I need that.
Yeah.
This is the time to really talk about our football club. I've heard Jake. I'm just gonna go you second because I do want to hear Cal discuss your thoughts on our performance against Coventry. What are you thinking, man? I know you were enjoying it. You were saying, "Hey, shut up, Anton. I'm enjoying this football or playing beautiful football. Can you please shut up about Havertz?" Go.
Yeah, I'm saying this is Arteta ball. Every time he has a fit squad with the players that he wants to play, this is the type of football we play. May I remind you that this was Ben White, Saka, Odegaard.
This is what Chelsea fans do. They're trying to
overreaction Monday, Anton. No. You named the show. You named the show, and now he's overreacting.
That's true. That's true. Fair play. Right.
So Arteta had Havertz, he had Rice, he had Saka, and he had Ben White. He had all those guys playing on the right side, and it just worked. You know what I'm saying? And it's who he wants. It's pretty obvious. And this is a free-flowing football that he wants to play. You know what I'm saying? You plug in MLS, who is he's defensively sound and dynamic with his passing as well. You know, and you have all those players playing on form. You add in a Christos Solis on that left-hand side, who's an actual threat, and not just wasted space like what we.
Can you do a Martinelli impression, please, for the people, Cal? This is what he was doing at dinner. Do it. The Martinelli impression.
What was Martinelli? What, just a freaking... That's basically Martinelli, bro. It's disgusting. But anyway, I digress. I was actually having a player that was looking up and making the correct passes, shooting when he was supposed to shoot, passing when he's supposed to pass, and finding players. He was also extremely, busy with his defensive work as well. And even though we didn't have Saliba in the team, we had Mascara, and he was fine. Calafiori, our left back who plays false nine.
Oh, Calafiori's been amazing. Oh.
It's just
the false nine left back.
Yes. So that's what we. So this is what Arteta wants to play like. I think there's a little bit of a misconception that Arteta is like this super defensive coach that doesn't want to play this type of football. I don't think that's true. I think Arteta is the most versatile coach in football right now, and he's able to win by any means necessary. So last season, the football wasn't looking good. We had a lot of injuries. We had the second most injuries in the league. He realized, hey, if we're going to win this, it's going to have to be with set pieces. We're going to have to be a bit more defensive, and that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? And now we're seeing with players like MLS who are coming into their own, coming into the ascendancy. It's going to be peak. Like Bruno Guimaraes wasn't even in the squad. This is scary. This is terrifying football.
It's actually crazy.
And everyone's so afraid of set pieces. We pretty much get to do whatever the fuck we want because a lot of the times we were just passing the ball out and doing other different set plays. It's because you're just too afraid.
The new set piece, the only corner kick that we ran. Did you notice we ran the same corner kick every single time we had a corner kick from the right-hand side? That new set piece looks awesome. It looks amazing because they form a triangle.
Resulted in Eze's goal back at Newcastle.
Yes, game. It's that one, yeah. Because they form that triangle, right? And the defense tries to man mark the triangle, but then the corner kick taker has the ball, and we have another midfielder sitting on the top of the box there that's wide open every time. So there's two guys open with a triangle in front of them. That gives so much opportunity and versatility. I think that is a great, and we're going to see that all season because it's a great tactic.
Of all games to talk about Rice doing this, talk about after this game.
When he played more overreactions, baby. More overreaction.
But this isn't even. This can't even be a reaction because he was playing like beautiful line-breaking passes.
This is rage bait. 0 out of 10 rage bait, Mosey. 0 out of 10 rage bait.
Of all players to say this about this game, this is the game.
Rage bait, bro.
Doing it. Come on.
Rage bait. No. Straight up rage bait.
And by the way, Mosey also says he is Harambo considering Arteta. I don't think he watched the game because like this. Of all the games this weekend, Arteta played the best looking football in the weekend.
Just look at the second goal. Just look at the second goal, right? So Coventry, and by the way, big up Coventry for being brave, for coming there and not parking the 17 double-decker buses. A little bit naive to play that way against Arsenal, but maybe they're just wanting to keep their identity and they might play that way against Hull next weekend and it might have a little bit more success. But the second goal, man, we beat the midfield with one pass. Rice gets in between their midfield pressers, spins, and what have we been screaming for in the past 2-3 seasons? As soon as we get the ball in the midfield, instead of a pass right back to Gabriel or right back to Mascara, try to work it to Ben White, and then Ben White plays it back, and then it goes left and side to side. No. One pass breaks their line. Rice turns, shoots upfield, carries right through the middle, right through their midfield, and then who's he looking for? This is one of my favorite things about that game. Who did we look for nearly every time when we were on the break? Left side, find Zolis.
Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the Zolis. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the
It was beautiful, man. And so that gives us balance. That gives us an amazing balance because we have definitely been accused of being way too right-sided. Now people are going to have to worry about Zolis down the left as well. So
he's too dangerous to ignore.
You can't ignore him. You can't.
Same JT. Oh my God! I just gotta say this, by the way. I was low key, like I was looking at the Villa game amongst our. So I have a thing. I want to finish on 9. I'll tell you guys. This is my thing. I do this every single season, and it always goes to shit at some point in the year. But if you for every single 3 games, you pick up 7 out of 9 points in every game, you will finish on 90 points. Maths, right? So I'm like, out of the 3 games,
That's
I'm okay
plenty.
having 1 draw, right? I was thinking Villa away. But then I just seen Villa yesterday. I'm like, fuck no.
I think we could win the league on 80 points, by the way.
82
points.
I don't know about that.
I think we want a higher points total.
I want a higher. But I think 82 points wins the league.
But if we hit 90, Anton, if we hit 90, we'll win by 15 points. By 15 points. If we hit 82, I think someone will be closer to us.
Well, the only thing is, obviously, at one point, I do think that Champions League is going to become a priority for us because we didn't win it last year.
That's my priority for sure this season.
Yeah, so
I think what we should be doing is creating a bit of a buffer like we did last season.
Yes,
because that's what saved us. By the way, we were saved because of that buffer.
Guys, I'm going to say this right now. Right before Mosey says it's not happening.
Overreaction Monday, Mosey. It's overreaction Monday.
No. This is Salt before. Mosey's in this tough place, right? He hasn't been humbled like the rest of them yet, right? So he's still in his like preseason hype sort of thing, and he's looking at.
He's gonna win. He's gonna win though. He's gonna win against Fulham, so it's not gonna.
Gonzalo Garcia hat trick loading.
No, by the way,
Garcia
24 hours later, and then Jake is right.
I actually rate Gonzalo Garcia. I would love if he came to Arsenal as a backup.
He's a good player for sure.
I think he should be the Jesus replaces. Like if he was a Jesus replacement and we get like someone like an Njai, I'd be happy. But
Mosey, in 14 days from now, after we play you at the Emirates, I want you here on this show, please. No hiding. That's all.
Okay, 93rd minute dagger from ESR. I love it.
Oh, wouldn't
I need that. Inject that into my veins. I want that.
To be honest, I just want them to go 1-0 down in the first 20 minutes. Just to be like,
yeah.
Like, well, all right, Anton. I'm gonna have to do this just to be fair, and I know you're not gonna like this. Cal, you're definitely gonna like this.
Oh, we're
Anton,
doing the Yucharest thing.
Anton, you're definitely not gonna like this at all, Anton.
It's just the
we have to give.
You're turning on me, Jake. You're turning on me, Jake.
Look. I want to be fair. We have to give Havertz his flowers.
Fair.
Great finish. Great finish for the first goal. Got to give it to him. And you know what my complaint has been about Havertz is that he pops up in all kinds of crazy places. When he's playing forward, I want him to be the guy on the end. I want him to be the guy running in, crashing the goal to score. That's what Gyökeres does. That's what I love so much. One of the things I love so much about Gyökeres is that he does stay in the number 9 area and is there to be at the end of the play. Havertz is not always there because he's sometimes, like he overlapped Calafiori at one point. He was on the left-hand side. He popped up on the right-hand side one time and was trying to get across in, and he does that a lot. And I've faulted him for that. But I saw something on wherever in one of my feeds yesterday or a couple days ago where I don't remember who it was interviewing Ola Aina from Forest, the left back. It was an interview with him, and they asked him. He stays in an area, they asked him who was the toughest team to play against, right, and why, and he said Arsenal, and what he said was very interesting. It's because of rotation. It's because you never know who's popping up where. And this was from a Premier League defender. You know, you can't really argue with that. He's saying it's so difficult to keep up with their rotation. And so now I know for a fact that what Havertz is doing is instruction. It's not him just being willy-nilly.
It's obvious.
It's what they've told him to do that rotation. And if that is the case, I think Havertz did that very, very well in that game. And so you gotta give him his flowers. And I understand why Gyökeres did not come into this game, because Havertz was doing exactly what he was asked.
Look. You
gotta hold your hands up. You got when he plays well, you gotta give it to him.
Give me a chance, right? I will say that opening goal from Kai Havertz was artistry in terms of how, beginning with Calafiori, the way he just turned his man and just nonchalantly just
it was Zolis.
Places the
Zolis
ball.
won the ball. Zolis pressed high and won the ball.
Yeah, from there on into the Calafiori, but Calafiori just like
that turn was beautiful.
Pirouettes and just turns. The ball just rolls, and Havertz just like nicely just caresses it in the bottom corner. It was a very, very neat finish from Kai Havertz. It was a great way for us to start the season. To be honest, when you watch, I've seen some of the also clips of like us in slow motion, and Havertz does happen to be involved in a lot of those clips, and so I can see why the fans. I'm gonna see why the fans think that we play more attractive football with him up front. Does that
just play Cal in the 9? Yeah.
Does that
that'll solve it all?
I know, but like, no, he was. I did say, like after he scored, like watch him do nothing for the rest of the game, and he didn't. He was excellent. And look, I think I turned my attention away from Kai Havertz not playing well to where the fuck is Gyökeres, and I want to ask because I've seen a lot of people say this, right? Gyökeres didn't play to this game. Does that mean that Arteta, he's not in Arteta's plans? Gyökeres is going to get sold.
That's ridiculous.
With that plus Alvarez discussions.
If Gyökeres doesn't get sold this year, he'll get sold next year. 100%.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but
I mean you don't agree with him being sold, but he's definitely 100% guaranteed.
I don't agree with that.
See, exactly though. Selling Gyökeres off of half of a good game by Havertz, according to JT, I think a whole game, to be fair, would be overreaction. That's why I brought it up.
Here's the thing, though. Why would we not want? Like, it's not like we don't want Havertz to play well. It's not like we don't want him to play well just because it serves my agenda. Just because it serves my agenda to have Havertz play like shit. No, I want Havertz to come in and be at his very best because anytime Gyökeres comes in, he has to be at his best to get into the team. And so what that does for Arsenal, what that does for the team, though. Well, yeah, it's one game in, bro. We're going to play 65 more games this season. He's going to get his chance. You know what I'm saying? So if Havertz is at tip-top level, Gyökeres has to be at his tip-top level just to get into the team. And what that's going to do for Arsenal is we're just going to be scoring mad goals.
I don't care if Gyökeres gets a chance or not. I don't give a shit.
As long as they're both firing on all cylinders, I don't care.
If Havertz is fully fit and he's scoring every single game and we're winning every single game, Gyökeres, you're not getting into the team.
If Kai's undroppable, great. That means we're kicking ass.
If Kai has a stinker and then Gyökeres wins us a game and then he starts and then he keeps playing and we keep winning, that means Gyökeres is a guy. But for me personally,
you can have both. That's the thing. Why does one have to be a bench player and the other one? Like, as Jake says, we're playing so many games. Like, I don't think there's such thing as in this team as there's a starter and then there's not, and there's a guy who eats the bench.
I don't think
because at the end of the day, right now, here's the other thing: one of Bruno or Rice is a bench player right now, as long as Skelly is on a form. So, are we gonna say we're selling one of them?
Yeah, but the thing is, this is the difference that you're not understanding. Miles Lewis-Kelly, Bruno, and
by the way, this will happen.
All play.
I do believe this will happen.
This will definitely happen multiple times.
Let me say this: the difference between Miles Lewis-Kelly, Bruno Guimaraes, and Declan Rice is that they play the brand of football that Arteta wants to play. I don't think Arteta doesn't want to play with Gyökeres. Like Gyökeres was, and all the reporters say it's even coming out today again, that Gyökeres was a Berta idea. It was a Berta signing. I think Arteta likes the false nine type profile. That's why he played with Jesus. You know, that's why
you need to have different options.
But you can't play like that.
Not every game is gonna be perfect. There are games where you need a guy in the box who's just gonna fucking put the ball in the back of the net. Where we're struggling, the rest of the team isn't getting it done, and you need a guy who just goes fuck this.
Dude, why do you like this when it comes to Gyökeres?
What do you mean?
Why do you need him to like be this guy? Like, it's fine. Like, I'm telling you right now, Gyökeres isn't the type of player, and he doesn't have the type of personality that's going to be happy with being a rotational piece. He's not that guy.
True, which is true.
Good. That means he's going to fight for that place, and that's what we need.
I'm telling you right now, Arteta's brand of football is one where
what I don't like is the dismiss. Look, if people say
you're cutting me off again.
Sorry.
Let me finish. I'm saying Arteta's brand of football is playing with that false line. If Gyökeres was the answer, we wouldn't be going for Alvarez so hard. We wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a thing. We would be, you know what we would say? We would say Gyökeres is the guy and Havertz is the backup option. And we will just run that next season and we'll put 100% of our focus on that.
I mean, at the same time, if we don't buy a left-hand winger, then Eze is probably to go out on the left.
Yeah, I know.
Behind Solis. And therefore,
I know.
Probably Alvarez will play games like he actually played behind Holland in the 10 sometimes for Man City. He'll drop into the 10. Havertz can drop into the 10.
We're buying Alvarez to have that Havertz side role.
Yeah, but you can play these players in certain different positions and do different things with him. You're going to be surprised with how many different lineup of lineups.
Like if we get Alvarez is going to cost over $100 million, like 100 million euros. Why would we be going for that? To your frustration, because you don't want him. Your frustration.
By the way, me not wanting him has nothing to do with Victor Gyökeres. Yeah, by the way,
I mean,
I just want to make it clear, everybody. I was pro, and Jake knows. Before the Barcelona shenanigans, I was so pro Alvarez. I literally had him written in our team sheet for this year. Jake, please, you know I'm right, yeah? I said that. There's officially video everywhere. So it's nothing to do with Gyökeres in terms of the Alvarez thing, right?
But I'm
it's
telling
about the Barcelona element of it and how even now he's waiting to go to the final day to go to them. We offered him a contract last week and he said no. Like
that's another issue. What I'm saying is we wouldn't be going so hard for a striker if we thought we had a guy that was good enough to be the number one guy. You don't spend $100 million on a player if you think what you have at home is good enough. It's why we're not trying to spend $100 million on a right wing, because we know we're good in the right wing area. So why we're not going to spend.
Are we?
Why we're not. Yeah, we have Noni Madueke.
Are we? Madueke's a backup, bro.
We have Saka and we have Max Dalman, so we're not going to spend $100 million on a right wing. I'm not saying we don't need a right winger at all. I said we're not spending $100 million. The price tag means something. It's like it's pretty obvious Arteta wants someone new up front.
Yeah. Look,
I still think the Gyökeres hate is an overreaction. I still think, like JT's comment here that says, I don't see him having the IQ to actually get into positions to be findable. Yeah, JT, you don't score triple-digit goals in 3 seasons without knowing where to be. Just saying, man. I think it's an overreaction. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all, man.
This is the way people react to you. This is why. Look,
for us,
it's not necessarily about him, the player, or whatever.
It's the
way. No,
I disagree.
The way our fans are suffocates. They're so
suffocated. Oh, the 25 GA he had last season.
When it comes to Gyökeres, we suffocate these agenda or these narratives about him like right away. Every time he has little bad, he can't play. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. Oh, look at him in this preseason. It's like, no. Gyökeres can't do this. It happens every single time. Where were all of you guys in the back end of last year, where he was literally, while everybody else was off form, carrying us through our hardest times?
Dude, why are you making these points when that's not the whole point of the argument? The whole point of the argument is that he's definitely not the guy Arteta wants to be the number one guy. Because if he was, we wouldn't be trying to sign.
So does that mean he's useless, though?
Yeah, it's exactly.
No one's saying he's useless.
Everyone is saying he's useless. This is the way people talk about it. Cal, see, what I argue against is not what you're talking about. I'm arguing against is all the sausages out there, or all of the ballet players all the fans of ballet, not football, out there who are like, oh, I don't like Gyökeres. I can't watch him because he looks bad on my eyes. All this crap. Oh, I can't watch another year of Gyökeres. Sorry, you can't watch another year of your team winning the Premier League. Like, come on.
Here's the thing. Kai is a good striker, a good false number 9, a good, he can head the ball. He's a good striker. Gyökeres is a goal scorer. Okay, that's the main difference. Gyökeres is not going to be this guy that's going to do step over moves and spin 3 dudes and do a little cheeky little chip,
also a good
cheeky little chip or whatever.
Igor Thiago is a good striker.
We brought him in to score goals. Look, we brought him in to score goals. We brought him in to score goals because we didn't have a guy. Havertz is not the fox in the box type guy to score the goal in the box when it's bouncing around and it doesn't look pretty. Because that happens, whether you like it or not.
But here's the thing. Sometimes you need
ugly goals happen. Ugly goals happen, whether we like it or not. Gyökeres is a pure goal scorer. You cannot argue with the fact that he contributed to 20% of all of our goals last season. All of them. We scored like 120-ish goals last season in all competitions. Gyökeres had 25 G&A. You need a goal scorer. You need a dirty goal scorer. Somebody who's just going to put the ball in the net.
There are games where we're going to be in control and games where it's not going to go our way. And I know that because I covered this team all of last year. I've been on reacted to every single game. I was on every Football Terrorist thing. And not every game is going to look like Arsenal 3, Coventry 0. Right? It's a very nice way to start the season, but there are going to be some days where things are not going to click, and you're going to need to win it the ugly way. And you're going to need someone who just, you need a plan B. If plan A is not working, you can't just be like, I want another plan A. No, you got to try plan B.
I think we need both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
We definitely need both of them because either one of them isn't like world class. So
the combination of the two of them
together, they're good enough to win trophies.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
And anyway, we don't have much time left on this show. By the way, guys, I just do want to bring up to my biggest point because I want to take it back to how great Arsenal is and everybody else. Kind of like a wrap up the weekend, guys. This is my thing, right? And everybody's trying to say, Anton. To say that Arsenal is not going to have a challenger this year is ridiculous. I'm just going to, again, I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. Arsenal, there is a universe between Arsenal and everybody else. Like, in this week really was a litmus test for it. Arsenal were absolutely magnificent. They were perfect. And it wasn't about Coventry. It was the way we were playing. We were playing the way that everybody else thought we were incapable of playing. The fan base was panicking in the preseason that our attack is not good enough. Our attack looks like the best attack in the league, bar Brighton, and Brighton aren't going to score 4 goals every single game. Like
that was more Villa's defense for shit.
I think honestly that Arsenal will be the only team that is in title contention this year. Everybody else is fighting for second. Do we not agree? And here we go.
I believe well, that was what's going to happen. But what I'm going to say is the only way that we find ourselves in a super tight title race is if things go horribly wrong for us or things go absolutely fantastic. Like someone just
on a crazy run. Yeah.
Like, by the way, Chelsea would need like a 20. Chelsea would need like a 30 to 40.
Nosy, it's overreaction Monday, but this is actually not an overreaction.
No, go to the one before that. Go to JT's before that. JT, we had 26 shots.
Oh,
we put 26 shots on them. I mean, the attack's cooking, bro. The attack is cooking.
By the way, here's the thing that people need to learn, right? The way it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So you don't blow your load. We're also 3-0 up. Odegaard scores. Guess what we did? We switched back to Arsenal of last year, just like that. Tactical flexibility. That doesn't mean the attack isn't great because we didn't score more than 3. We didn't keep punishing them.
Chelsea finished on 52 points. I just checked. Chelsea finished on 52 points last season. In order for Chelsea to be in a proper title race, they would literally need to have a
30 plus
30-point swing in one season.
10 more wins than last season.
20 shots. Excuse me.
That would be absolutely like insane. Liverpool ended on 60 points. They would need like a 25 point swing. Like a lot of these teams are just not, like you're just not that good. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, guys, to wrap it up, Man United, who are supposed to, many people have had finishing second, lost to Hull. Spurs, who spent over 300 million in this window, supposed to be back. got slapped by Brentford, should have lost more than him. City, who probably are the most impressive of the rest, I would say.
Yes.
Still had to come from behind, and I do like the character. We're almost done, babe. I do like the character of them, like being able to still pull it out of the bag, and I still think that's a good quality to have. And they won the game. Liverpool, again, I don't call it the same because I felt that they got out of jail, and a Newcastle team that's been ripped to shreds. Still, I felt was the better team in that game. And it's like, I don't know who's challenging us. Let's see tomorrow, Chelsea. All right, to be fair to Mosey, I will let them have their team, have their game tomorrow. But even if you guys win tomorrow, I still don't think it changes my opinion on it. I might say, hey, Chelsea could be the favorites, be second after 1 week. They look the best of the rest, maybe. Right?
I mean, if Chelsea puts together an awesome performance where I'm actually seeing the football, I'd say they'd probably be close. I'd probably still put them like favorites to finish third. But Chelsea to be in a proper title race, like Xabi Alonso would have to if Xabi Alonso could put together a title race in his first season at Chelsea Football Club after Chelsea not challenging for 10 years, he would be probably up there, probably top five managers in the world.
So this is the Chelsea excuse for what happened last year.
Coventry didn't play 70-plus games last season either. They played 46.
No, he's saying that's why they finished 50 points.
Because they played in the Club World Cup.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, most of our players played in the World Cup, but we're still covering teams. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we shall see.
If Xabi Alonso has a 30-point swing on Chelsea and he's challenging for titles in his first season in the Prem, he's a top 5 manager in the world for me, easily. That's for me. That means it wasn't it wasn't Bundesliga tax. He's the real deal.
Yeah, well,
and I don't care about his 70% win rate with Real Madrid, Real Madrid playing in freaking La Liga.
Look, I'm happy to keep an open mind when it comes to some of our rivals this year. But what I won't be open about is any of them being on our level. But I'm keeping an open mind of who comes second, who comes third, who comes fourth.
Oh,
who could be decent this year. But I just don't think any of them are. I think we are at the level that Liverpool's and City's were for a very, very long time, right? Or we were last year, or even the seasons that we finished second, right? But everybody else isn't at that level, and that's just kind of how I would describe it, right? Anyway, we have a better attack than you. Okay, show it to me tomorrow against
Overreaction.
I just have to see it. Let's see how much. We just have to see how much goals you guys actually score. Because the thing with Arsenal is that we don't just score goals with the front three. Our entire team scores goals. So, and that's if you're scoring goals, you're part of the attack. So
yeah,
this idea that our attack is stinky is crazy. We've had top 3 goals scored for fucking 5-6 seasons running. I don't understand this.
City, by the way, who's got the best apparently, have only one striker in their entire squad now. By the way,
that doesn't mean our collective attack is stinky.
But I'm saying that
when you're fielding, sorry guys, let's be really objective here. Madueke and Martinelli, 2 of our most played players last season. Those guys fucking suck. And when you're watching,
and we all admit that too.
And we as Arsenal fans, we're watching them play, and we can tell that they suck. So as a rival, they definitely could tell that they suck. So when they are getting a lot of the minutes because Saka didn't get the shine and stuff like that,
Odegaard was have been off form for 2 years. Now he's back.
Yeah.
People forget.
If Saka's playing well and Zolis is playing well, I think it's going to change. I think everything's going to change.
Yeah, I do. And with that, that's all we had for today. We will be back tomorrow, by the way. After all of this, after Chelsea play, then I can meet with the committee and we can determine our tiers for week 2. So it's going to be interesting. We had our preseason tiers last week, but now we get to,
can't wait for Bango's perspective.
I know. Bango is going to be like, hey, Dad, Newcastle, are they going to put them higher than when you had them last week? There's this joke because his white is white and black fur that he goes for Newcastle. But
Bango's a Newcastle fan. What a bummer.
Right? He's always keeps saying, "Daddy, stop bullying Ash."
What a bummer.
So Anton's Tears is going to be back tomorrow. But until then, guys, thanks everybody for being here. I'm starting to get all to the comments, guys. I do have this year to keep it as best as I can to a time constraint in our shows, but we will try our best. And I felt like we had great participation from the chat this week. So big up to Mosey, who even despite his Chelsea love and his very, cut and paste Chelsea opinions, which every Chelsea fan I speak to sounds like you. Not to say, I'm just saying they all do. Talking to me about trophies and talking about how, you guys have a good
Wait, are they unified this season? The Chelsea fans are together this season?
They must be, until,
I think Blue because they gave Alonso all his signings, they're warming up.
Boy, who are all these signings that they've made? The Morgan Rogers,
bunch of randoms,
Lacroix.
I think because they're not hiring it's not preschool FC. They're kind of happy.
Yeah. Instead it's Grandpa FC. But okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they'll be Alonso out in 6 months.
I know it's the cycle. There was the one guy on I love this guy who I follow on Instagram. He did this thing. You Man United fans every year. Man United are back. Man United are shit. Man United are back. Man United are shit. It's literally we back. We shit. I love it. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. Gonna be back tomorrow. I guess we will actually talk about Chelsea tomorrow on the tiers, and we'll get to see if you guys see very cut and paste Chelsea. Now it's Quenda.
More rage
now
bait.
It's Quenda. Last year it was Esteval. Now it's Quenda. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, we are out of here. Be back tomorrow for Anton's Tiers. And we got what we're gonna do next week for Overaction Monday. We're playing on Monday night, so Overaction Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to figure it out. Or Monday night special, wherever after the game. It'll still be Monday. We'll do it anyway. We'll figure it out. Anyway, look out for that one, and we will be back tomorrow.